child does not think that taking a shower is a priority. Thank you for those comments on that video. I had so many questions. Married at First Sight Season 13 and just marriage in all. Y'all see my son. Where's my other son? Wash the kitty, okay? Thou shalt wash the kitty. I think the baby took it in Rhoda. Thou shalt wash the kitty. One of the biggest complaints for wives are funky behind husbands. So today's title is, how do I get my husband to take a shower? First of all, how old is he? Because that sounds like my 5-year-old, my 6-year-old. I took a shower yesterday. I don't need to take another one today because I took one yesterday. And how many of you ladies know that this is a part of dating? I forgot to put my shirt on. This is a part of dating. What is dating? By the way, ladies, see that sheer, honey? Where that sheer, honey? Girl, he gonna be thinking all night what's underneath it. What is dating? Dating is gathering the data so that you can make an informed decision. And where my dating differently shirt available on Etsy, because we need to date differently. What is dating differently? Dating differently is gathering the data, right? You women are not used to meeting men and gathering the data. Everybody's used to meeting men. You meet a man at your party and you made him your man and you don't have any data on him. And then you fell in love. Daddy said don't fall in love, grow in love. And then you get married. And then you become the naked wife because you have to try to get a grown behind man to go to work. Now you tell me, if you married him, paid for the wedding, paid for your ring, and he ain't working, why should he work when after you get married? You marry him knowing he's funky. His breath was stinking. His teeth was green with gingivitis. His feet was stinking and funky, dirty clothes. And you married him. And now you want him to flip the script and change and become this man that you want. Instead of what you should have done was gather the data. Gather the data. My book, 23 Times the Guys You Might Meet, is available on Amazon. I'm going to be reading from The Naked Wife today. Also available on Amazon. See, you meet the dirty, funky man. You don't have to marry him. You just have to do what? Date differently and gather the data. When I meet a man, let me tell you what I look at. I look in his eyes. Let me see if I like his eyes. I have to like his eyes. I look at his teeth. If he don't have nice, white, pretty, straight teeth, 95% straight, because mine is not straight all the way. I have a little thing here, but my doctor said I don't need braces unless it bothers me. So unless it bothers you, you don't need braces. So it don't bother me. I'm fine. I'm 43. Straight. He can't have no yellow down here, gingivitis stuff down here. Because you know what that tells me? You don't go to the dentist. Because if you did, the dentist was saying, sir, you have gingivitis and we need to clean your teeth. Have y'all ever gotten a deep gum cleaning? Look at his eyes, look at his teeth, see if I can smell his breath. So if I'm talking to you like this, if I can smell your breath, I'm done. Because I should not be able to smell your breath. If I'm talking to you and I'm smelling your breath and you're a fair arm's length away from me and I can smell your breath, I'm done. I'm not supposed to smell your breath, sir. Go to the dentist. I look at his hands and his fingernails. Are his fingernails clean and cut? Are they dirty? This is why I couldn't marry men who do, lack of a better word, dirty jobs. I can't, honey. I just can't do the crusted, rough hands. My father was in construction. Thank God for the construction people. But I couldn't. Okay, I'm like a man with nice, soft hands. Are his hands soft? Are they cutting me up? Ouch. I look at his shoes. Does he put thought in his shoes? Is he walking around with like guilt, with busted over shoes? Are they clean? Are they dirty? Gathering the data. And if any of those out of order, I won't talk to you. Granted, if it's snowing outside, you know what I mean? In if it's not snowing and muddy outside, okay? If it's snowing and muddy outside, that's different. But if I'm at an event with you and you got dirty, busted over shoes, your teeth yellow, green, dirty gingivitis, Those are the things I look at. You're gathering the data, And in dating, is he okay with going to go get a pedicure? Me and my husband go get pedicures sometimes. Okay, unless you got baby feet, you need a pedicure. So from my book, The Naked Wife, available on Amazon. Listen, single ladies, you ladies need to get this book, and brothers, because these are married women talking to you. And in this book, one of the questions I asked a lot of the women when I was doing my compilation is, well, why did you marry him? Because everything you've told me are signs that you should have walked away. Okay, so this is coming from page 240, and it's called Teen. My husband is a teen. And it says, my husband is a toddler and a teen all wrapped up in one. A man who I need to tell to brush his teeth, take a bath, change his dirty, funky clothes he has been wearing all week is not a man who needs to be married, but you married him. So when did you realize he don't brush his teeth, he doesn't take a bath, he's dirty, and you need to tell him to change his dirty clothes? Because this don't start happening, with the exception of the person gets sick. Some people fall into depression or something. I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about this is a regular healthy person who's just a normal person. I'm not talking about they fell in depression or some kind of sickness where, some people just get so sick or depressed that they don't want to take a bath. That's what I'm talking about, okay? There's always exception. That's not it. At least not to me. But you married him. So when did you know all these things, ma'am? Okay, but this is who I'm married to. I'm glad you realize that's who you married. I don't know if his mama didn't teach him, but I am so disgusted. And then he wants to cuddle up to me with his funky breath body and clothes. No, you knew he got funky breath before you married him, didn't you? Huh? You knew that. You at least knew his breath was funky. His body was funky and his clothes was funky. But I bet you ignored it because you thought you could get him to change. You can't get a grown behind man to change. That's something that raised up in him. That's why my little boy goes in the tub. My husband takes him in the bathroom, teaching him how to hold your penis, how to pee in the toilet, how to wash. My husband takes him in the shower, how to wash yourself, how to scrub, bend down, scrub your behind. Okay, now he's 6. He said, Mommy, I got it. All I do is I make his bath, make sure it's nice and warm. He get in and he soap himself up. He wash his back. He get up and he wash and he bend down and he scrub. So this is something that has to come up. Okay, I hear so many of my friends and people complain about their teenage son don't wash. And I'm like, well, did he just become like this? And I know they said boys are nasty, but I just believe, I don't know, mamas, help me. If you start early and you just keep on doing it, keep on doing it. Every day, get in the tub, every day. Let him get used to the water. Let him love the water. Let him want to get in the water. Okay? It goes on to say, I went to talk to my pastor, who said I could work through that. You can't work through a funky behind man, okay? How do you work through a 46-year-old man not keeping up his hygiene? Okay, I have been trying to work through it for the 2 years of our marriage, and it's been the same. How do I respect that? Look up to him. I just see disgust when I look at him. Well, when did you start seeing this? You wasn't paying attention all this time you were dating and engaged, gathering the data? Right? These are things, right? How do you respect him? How do you honor him? On my days off, I am so tired because I spend my time picking up after him. The last time when I left his drawers on the floor, I put them in the garbage. Every time he left them on the floor, instead of putting them in the hamper that is right at his feet. I just read this in another group the other day. Christian lady. How do I overlook this sin? I told her, man, go to counseling. Jesus can't fix it. Jesus is not going to override this man's will. He needs somebody to help him to realize what he's doing is wrong, and he needs to work on it. Okay? I put them in the trash until he didn't have any drawers left. When he asked where his drawers were and why he didn't have any clean ones, I asked him if he had put them in the hamper. He said, nope, I left them on the floor. The devil is a lie. The devil is a whole lie. My little boy at 2 years old. Everybody in this house have their hamper. My little boy at 2 knows. Put your dirty clothes in the hamper. When he come home, he go right to his hamper, take his clothes off, because you know little boys, they walk around half naked in the house. Put it in your hamper. His shoes. I have a little container, cubby container, right at the steps. Put your shoes in your container. I don't want to see them on the floor, in the hall, none of that. Put your shoes in there. My husband has one right behind there, but at the stairs. Put your shoes in there. Everybody has somewhere to put this stuff. I don't want to see it all over the house. Okay. He went off cussing and quarreling, asking what kind of wife I was. I was supposed to pick up after him, and he ain't got no clean drawers. I told him that I wasn't his maid. So yeah, this is not going to work out. I'm too old for this foolishness. But I bet you you knew a lot of this stuff before you got married. I knew another girl like that. She got married before me. Ooh, child. She said that man would not. He would just drop his drawers right at the hamper, get in the tub, and would just leave it there. So a part of gathering the data is talking to him about his hygiene. Brothers, the same thing. We already talked about Bao yesterday, about her not washing. It's not a priority. Now, ladies, this another thing I want to talk about is very, very important, is circumcision. I get a few emails of women who are dating uncircumcised men who want them to go get circumcised. To me, that's unfair, because dating is about gathering data. And those of us who's in the church, we're not supposed to be testing it out. But that's a question you can ask. If you want, ladies, a circumcised penis, then that's one of the questions you need to ask. Are you circumcised? I think it's unfair for you to meet a grown 30, 40-year-old man that is not circumcised and want him to go get a circumcision. Now, I know all the arguments. This is not about the arguments, which one is clean. That's not what this is about. Okay? I think having your son circumcised Hi guys, I'm sorry. Did you see that? It's a power surge. I don't know if so this stops at 14. I'm gonna come back and talk about it, but you don't have a right. I know in these groups you have these mamas running around telling women what they should and shouldn't do with their sons. That is none of my business. Everybody have a right. The Bible said, train the child up in the way they should go. Everybody have a right to do what they want to do for their child, as long as it's not, abusive or whatever. And so for those of you ladies who are marrying uncircumcised men and then you want them to go get circumcised, is unfair. Choose one. If you want a circumcised penis, then you choose one that is circumcised. This is why dating is important. But I'm going to come back and talk about this some more because the power went out. I love you. I have to run the heat wave again today. And, so go over to Amazon. If you don't pick, you have this book, the 23 Tasks Guys You Might Meet. The Naked Wife is also available. I absolutely love and adore you. Bye. See y'all later. Remember my t-shirts on Etsy too. Show me love and support. Thank you, darlings. Bye.